All right, give Jarrett your attention, please, guys.
Alright. You got it? Okay. Alright, today I'm going to talk about how tap water is just as good as bottled water. How many of you guys drink bottled water? How about tap water? Alright. Is bottled water safer than tap water? No, not necessarily. According to the National Resource Defense Council, which is the nation's most effective environmental action organization, those guys consist of scientists and lawyers, and they've been around since 1970, and they conducted a 4-year review of bottled water and the industry and safety standards that govern it, including a comparison of national bottled water rules with national tap water rules, and independent testing of over 1,000 bottles of water. Their conclusion is that there is no assurance that just because water comes out of a bottle is any cleaner or safer than water from the tap. In fact, an estimated 25% or more of bottled water is really just tap water in a bottle, sometimes further treated, sometimes not. Is bottled water actually unsafe? Most bottled water appears to be safe. The bottles tested by the NRDC majority proved to be high quality and relatively free of contaminants. Quality of some brands was spotty, however, and such products may pose a health risk, primarily for people with weakened immune systems. About 22% of brands they tested, contained at least one sample of chemical contaminants at least at levels above strict state health limits. If consumed over a long period of time, some of those contaminants could cause cancer or health problems. Plastic water bottles and health risks. Recent research suggests that there could be cause for concern and this issue should be studied closely. Studies have shown that chemicals called phthalates, which are known to disrupt testosterone and other hormones, can leach into bottled water over time. Also, bisphenol A, or BPA, can leak into plastic containers or bottles. That's why you should use a BPA-free bottle. And I've got one of those too. You can actually buy them at Whole Foods or Dick's Sporting Goods store. They sell them. Walmart. I don't know, Walmart does. One study found that water that had been stored for 10 weeks in plastic and glass bottles contained phthalates, suggesting that the chemicals could be coming from the plastic cap or liner. Although there are regulatory standards limiting phthalates in tap water, there are no legal limits for phthalates in bottled water. Bottled water industry waged a successfully campaign opposing the FDA proposal to set a legal limit for the chemicals. So they actually waged a campaign against setting the legal limit for those chemicals. So, you know, they really don't care. So they're just out to make a profit. Bottled water in the environment. In 2006, the equivalent of 2.5 billion liters of bottles of water were shipped to U.S. ports, creating thousands of tons of global warming, pollution, and other air pollution. In New York City alone, the transportation of bottled water from Western Europe released an estimated 3,800 tons of global warming pollution into the atmosphere. In California, 18 million gallons of bottled water were shipped from Fiji in 2006, producing about 2,500 tons of global warming pollution. And while the bottles come far away, most of them end up close to home in a landfill. Most bottled water comes in recyclable PET plastic bottles. Only 13% of bottles we use gets recycled. In 2005, 2 million tons of plastic water bottles ended up clogging landfills. Bottled water regulations versus tap water regulations. the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is responsible for regulating